Walk into an average Indian home at lunchtime and you will see this. A plate full of rice, some rotis or another source of carbs, a bowl of dal, some vegetables on the side and a few spoonfuls of curd. This is the average Indian lunch thali. Of course, there are many variations of it. They change with region, there are non-vegetarian options. But if there's one thing that remains constant, it is this. The carbohydrates. They rule every thali. Your rice, roti, idli, dosa, naan, kulcha, they are the center of every plate. A meal seems incomplete without them. And that is a problem. Says who? The ICMR, the Indian Council of Medical Research. They held a survey across India. The survey covered 121,000 adults, and here's what they found. 62% of daily calories for Indians come from carbs. What's worse? Most of these are refined sources, like white rice, maida-based wheat, and added sugars. Only 12% of calories come from protein. Do you know what's the global standard for protein? 20% or more. In India, it's just 12%. And the rest of the diet is made up of fats, in which saturated fats are disproportionately high. So to sum it up, the Indian diet is full of carbs and low on protein, and this is by design, because for most of our history, we were a farming nation. We plowed fields, lifted sacks, walked for kilometers, so carbs were survival. Even today, India is a majorly farming nation. 45 to 55% of our workforce is engaged in agriculture. But a big number of Indians now do jobs that do not involve intensive labor. They work at desks in cushioned offices. Yet their diet has not changed, and that has left our bodies confused. So the body stores the excess carbs and sugar that causes an insulin spike. It slows down metabolism, and over the years it leads to diseases like diabetes, obesity, and high cholesterol. No wonder India is the world's diabetes capital. More than 100 million people are diabetic in our country. That's more than the entire population of Germany. And around 69 million people in India are obese. And here's the other problem. Some of you may think we don't consume such carbs. We consume whole wheat flour or millet. Unfortunately, that does not matter. Replacing rice with millet does not reduce the risk of diabetes or obesity, because even that hits the bloodstream fast. So this is not a rice versus roti versus ragi problem. This is a problem of too much of all cereal carbohydrates, a problem of not enough protein and fiber to balance them. 73% of Indians do not meet the recommended protein intake. Most of our protein comes from cereals, not even from real protein sources like soy, paneer, tofu, eggs, and chicken. And the equation right now is stacked against us. South Asians have a genetic predisposition to store fat around the waist. Doctors call it the South Asian metabolic curse. Add modern sedentary life, urban stress, late eating, and an overload of carbs, and the result is metabolic overload. Indians develop diabetes 10 years earlier than Western populations. And that too, at a lower body weight. So what is the solution? Well, you don't have to stop eating rice or roti. A healthy diet should have carbs as well. For instance, Japan eats rice. But there's a difference. Japan's diet includes higher fish and soy protein. So think portion control, not prohibition. Here's what a balanced plate would look like. 50% vegetables, 25% rice, roti, idli, or your source of carbs, 25% proteins. That can be your dal or any kind of pulse, eggs, dairy, fish, meat, whatever you prefer. The idea is not to ditch carbohydrates. The idea is to accommodate them for healthy living. Because a health revolution does not need a dramatic sacrifice. Sometimes it can start with one less scoop of rice.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.